Hello Vivekians, welcome to the next session of School from Home. I am an English teacher Gaganpreet Kaur, and today we are going to start with another topic of English grammar, that is subject verb agreement. So students, first of all let's see what is subject verb agreement. The use of verb in a sentence is determined by number and person of the subject. This is known as subject verb agreement. So students, whenever we are writing a sentence or whenever we are speaking a sentence, our verb is dependent on the subject, that whether the subject is singular or plural. So that dependency is known as subject verb agreement, that they have to agree to each other. According to the subject only we have to use the verb. For example, he goes to school. She goes to school. I go to school. They go to school. So according to the subject, our verb is being changed. This is the basic idea of subject verb agreement. Let's take a look at this table. With I, that is first person singular, we use am, was, have, do. Okay? And the verb is written without s. Same way with he, she, it, that is third person singular. We use is, was, has, does, and the verb with s. Okay? Same way with we use the plurals like are, were, have, do, and the verb without s. So you can go through this table and learn more about this. When two or more singular subjects are joined by and, they take a plural verb. For example, Julia, Anna and Rachna are best friends. So if there are three singular things that we're joining by and, then we use plural verb. But in case there are two singular nouns referring to the same person, for example, the honest and dedicated Gandhiji. So here honest and dedicated are referring to a single person, Gandhiji. Then we use singular verb is. Okay. So students, you must see here that the article a and the is placed only with one noun. If we placed it with both, then there would have been a contrast and we would have used plural form. For example, the honest and the dedicated are missed. Here the honest and the dedicated show two different nouns. Okay. Now when more than one singular subject is joined by or, nor, either or, neither nor. So in these cases we use a singular verb. For example, neither Varun nor Rohan was present. So we are using singular verb was. No passenger or baggage was left unchecked. With or we are using singular verb. So with these words we use singular verb. But if the number of the subjects is different and they are joined by or, nor and so on, then plural verb should be used with the subject. For example, you or the students have broken the window. See the difference. Here there are two different type of subjects. They are different in number. Then we have used plural verb. Now if the person of the subjects is different, for example, first is in first person and second is in third person or something like that, and we are joining them by using or, nor, either or, etc., then verb should agree with the subject next to it. तो जो verb के साथ subject है, we'll use that and according to that we'll check the verb. For example, either he or I am wrong. Here we are seeing according to I. Or we can say either you or he is wrong. With he we are using is. So we'll see the subject that is next to the verb. Okay. Now if a sentence has more than one subject joined by and, the verb used is plural. So if there is more than one subject and they are joined by and, we use plural verb. For example, he and I are. He and they are. So with two subjects that are joined by and, we will use are. But if two subjects are expressing a singular idea, they take singular verb. For example, bread and butter is his staple diet. So bread and butter represents a category of food. They are used as a singular idea. then we will use singular verb is. The use of each, every before subject takes a singular verb. So if we are using each or we are using every before the subject, it takes singular verb. For example, each day is precious. Every man and woman brings joy to humanity. So we are using a singular verb. Also, if the subject is one of plus plural noun, then the verb is singular. So if before the plural noun we have used one of, then we use singular verb. For example, one of my cousins plays chess very well. So when there is one of and plural noun, we use singular verb. Collective nouns like group, team, herd, committee, etc. take a singular verb if all the members in group take similar action. But they take plural verb if the members take different actions. So if all the members of the group are taking similar action, we use singular verb. We consider it as one group. But if they are taking different actions, we use plural verb. For example, the committee has passed the bill, means all the members collectively same action. But the committee are different on the issue. So here different actions are there. So we have used plural verb. So students, you must note that do not use both singular and plural verb for a collective noun in the same sentence. Means in a one sentence only, it is not appropriate to use both singular and the plural verb. For example, we cannot say the committee were first divided on the issue, but now it agrees. So if in the initial phase we have used a plural verb, we'll end up with a plural verb only. Okay. So students, there are certain nouns like news, physics, furniture, measles, etc. When we read these words or we speak these words, they appear to be plural to us. But they are not actually plural. They are singular in meaning and take a singular verb. For example, the news is broadcasted every day at 8 p.m. Physics is my favorite subject. So with them we use singular verb. Also, there are certain nouns like spectacles, pants, shoes, scissors, trousers. These are always plural. They are never singular. So we use verb accordingly. Her shoes are terribly uncomfortable. See, with shoes we are using are. But if we use a pair of before these nouns, then we'll use singular verb. For example, a pair of shoes is provided by the school. Okay. Also, the words representing a fixed distance, weight or amount take singular verb. So if there is something fixed amount, fixed distance, then we use singular verb. For example, 1000 rupees is a lot of money. So we are talking about a fixed amount. 20 miles is a comfortable distance to drive. So I hope you understand this, that when we are using singular and when we are using plural verb. If the verb in the relative clause must agree with the subject qualifying it. So the verb in the relative clause will agree to the subject. I who am poor. Here who am poor is referring to the subject. It is relative to the subject I. So we are using am. We can say he who is poor. So with he we will use is. Okay. It should agree with the subject. Also, if a subordinate conjunction is used to join more than one subject, the verb agrees with the subject of the main clause. So verb is according to the main clause. For example, the general as well as his soldiers was captured. So we'll use verb according to the main clause, the general. So we are using singular verb over here, was. And last is, if a subject is followed by a clause or a phrase, the verb should be in agreement with the primary subject. So if there's a clause or a phrase after the subject, okay, then verb will be according to the primary subject. For example, the dress which the mother gave her children is pretty. So here we are talking about the dress. So we'll use singular verb. Okay. Students, I hope that the topic of subject verb agreement is clear to you, and you will be given the assignment that you can do either in your BBC or in the notebook. The page of BBC would be mentioned on the assignment only. You can check it from there. Thank you, students.